Well, good morning, guys, from Lake Havasu. We're camped here in Craggy Wash, just outside of Havasu City, and it is blowing out there today, and the next few days are going to be pretty windy, which makes outdoor video work a little tough. So today's video is going to be from the highlight reel. It's 5 amazing RV and ATV destinations in the West.
What makes these places special is there's something unique about each one. Like there's the ocean, or sand dunes, or hot springs, or great people watching. Something that really made it special for us, and we think you would enjoy it too.
Or just the grandeur of the location, because some of these places are just spectacular. So let's jump right in. Keep in mind, these are not going to be in any particular order because they're all such amazing, unique experiences.
So it's early in the morning right now, and I would love to go for a soak in the hot springs. So let's start with Hotwell Dunes.
That was an amazing place, guys. You have ATV trails and hot springs and cell phone service all in one location.
For $3 a night on BLM land.
Yeah, this place was amazing. But what makes this place so special is there's hot springs right in the kind of campground area. And first thing in the morning when the sun comes up, they're solar powered, pumping the water into the pools. They fill up so you get this nice, fresh, clean experience. You can have coffee club with your friends. And then you can go back to your RV, get some work done, do whatever you need to do, and hit the trails. But I can't say enough about those hot springs. It was so nice and refreshing. And if you're boondocking, water is a premium. So there's your daily shower.
It was perfect. I want to go back right now.
Next up are the Oregon Sand Dunes, and I've wanted to go to the Oregon Sand Dunes for about 20 years, ever since my early days off-roading in Glamis and Ocotillo Wells outside of San Diego. But I was shocked when we got there that the riding areas and the amount of recreation areas along this giant length of sand dunes were plentiful. We only really got to experience one section of it just by the nature of our trip and the timing. But we stayed by Wohink Lake, and there was a trail right out of our RV park into the dunes, and it was right on the beach. Very, very scenic and beautiful, and I think if I had more time, I could have caught fish off that beach.
The thing that I really liked about it, it was unique in that it's not like sand dunes you've seen before. There were little lakes in the sand dunes. There were islands of trees and evergreen trees.
Yeah, those conifers were cool.
It was. And just a really unique appearance compared to what we're used to as sand dunes down in the desert. So that's what I particularly liked. And then being able to drive out to the beach and ride on the beach and
watch the sunset.
And watch the boats. There were always fishing boats out there. It was just very special.
And the seafood that you can score off the Oregon coast is great. You know, we got a little south of there, but we got like a dozen oysters for like $6 one night. So yeah, Oregon Sand Dunes are definitely a must-visit destination for RV and ATV camping.
The next place on our list is probably not a big surprise, but Moab. What wasn't to love about Moab?
The heights on the rocks when somebody panics.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, Ben, what do I do? Okay, well, we don't have to talk about that. It's literally, I'm speechless over Moab. It was so beautiful. The red rocks, the canyon feel of the valley that's there.
And I know we were not legal, and our ATV or side-by-side is not street legal, but we were able to take back streets from our RV park all the way to the popular trailheads right there in Moab. Mm-hmm. That was awesome, because when you have a motorhome and you're towing toys, you don't have a vehicle to tow your toys to the destination. So we like to look for places where we can park, set up camp, and then hit the trails.
The other thing I liked about it was that there were lots of different types of trails. There were the boulders that you could drive over.
I think they're called fins, but the big rounded rocks,
yeah.
The iconic Moab rock crawling features.
But then there were also just regular old trails you could take, and there were other things to do. Like we went and saw a movie one night. There were places to eat out, so you could go and do your ATV and stuff, but you weren't necessarily out in the middle of nowhere where you couldn't enjoy at least a little bit of the modern conveniences.
Yeah, the amenities of being near a city.
Really
it's a place that I would like to definitely spend more time at.
Me too. Holy shit.
I hear lots of giggling. Next up are the St. Anthony Sand Dunes outside of Rexburg. So the Egan Lake Campground is right there at the base of the sand dunes, and it's not your normal BLM camping because you have electricity, there's water for your tanks, and there's a dump station, and it's also a little more expensive than your normal BLM campground. I think it was $30 a night.
But we could use our national pass and get it for half price.
Yeah, so you buy that national pass for like $80 from the feds, and it cuts the rate in half to $15 a night, which is a very reasonable rate. It was an amazing place, but those dunes were really big, really steep, and we were able to cruise them, no problem at all, but we couldn't go run in the bowls like I wanted to.
It wasn't just the dunes. There were the lakes, and we could go kayaking. Again, incredible sunrises and
yeah,
sunsets.
Those have to be some of the best sunsets we've captured.
Ever. There were lots of things to do, not just one. The views of the valley as well are magnificent when you're up on the dunes. And so then you have this beautiful river valley with farmland and the Tetons on one side of you, and then the sand dunes in the middle of nowhere.
It was a pretty amazing place, and the riding area was massive. So highly recommend the St. Anthony Sand Dunes in Idaho.
The last place has to be Glamis, just because of the grandeur of the sand dunes. I mean, really, Glamis is the epitome of sand dunes.
Yeah, it's the mecca of sand dune off-roading.
It's a place that Ben has talked about since he grew up going there, and I had never been.
I spent a lot of time in the 90s there at Glamis, and it's changed a lot. I have to say for the better. I don't know if that's because I'm older. It used to be kind of a really wild party, and you still have those iconic, that ice cream truck that I remember from my youth. It's a small world after all. That that is like embedded in my head for decades and for the rest of my life. We also enjoyed Glamis because there was plenty of geocaching, And then we went down to the canals and caught a catfish. And then Glamis on the weekends is great for people watching. Holiday weekends especially, but be prepared for crowds if you go there and try to get there early. But the people watching is epic. So what you do in Glamis is during the day, Oldsmobile, and that's a hill kind of in the dunes a little ways. And then in the afternoon on the Saturday, you go to the sand drags. And sand drags pretty self-explanatory, but I can't say enough about Glamis. It was a lot of fun. A lot of these environments have unique challenges. Like the dunes can be a very dangerous place if you don't know what you're doing. They can also be a very inconveniencing place if you go where you shouldn't go in your motorhome and you sink yourself into the sand. So keep that in mind when you visit the destinations, and just be cognizant of your surroundings.
But most importantly, go have some fun. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoy this video and a little bit of information about our favorite places. We've had a lot of fun going and visiting and sharing the information with you.
We look forward to finding more of them. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.